Guess
Here we go.
the car.
Here we go. There it is.
Pit. There's the pit.
At least an attempt. There it is. Just as you called it.
Guy hits a cop car, speeds off it, and ends up caught after the slowest, most awkward police chase ever.
Suspect is accused of assaulting a police officer. Whenever that's happening, you know these guys are going to work pretty hard so that this person does not get away. We're looking at this pursuit right now in the Southgate neighborhood of East Los Angeles, flying real fast on the freeways at this late hour.
This pursuit started in Chino, and initially it was the suspect was being followed by Chino police. It's hard to say if they are still with them as we watch that black and white car come up pretty fast to the suspect's vehicle. We don't really know beyond the information that Alex just gave, but also there is some suggestion and actually confirmation that it started as a DUI and then the driver collided with a police officer.
Right, and so that, of course, means that it makes it even more unpredictable in terms of where this driver is going to go next, what they're going to do, and the likelihood that they're not going to be following other laws as well. Obviously, they're not stopping, which is the beginning of not following a law, and the fact that they're pretty desperate. The idea that they would ram a police officer is something that's scary for these police officers that are now in the process of following this person. We do not know if this person is armed. It does look like, though, they're getting off the freeway here. This is now in the streets of Compton. So we are getting off the freeway, and we'll see what happens next here. If they do have an opportunity to potentially try a pit maneuver or something to try to end this thing now that we are on side streets.
And as you pointed out, Alex, the original warrant was for DUI, so we don't know to what degree this driver is impaired or still impaired. We've got Tim Lynn on the phone now. Tim, have you been watching this, and can you weigh in on what you think this driver is doing and thinking?
Well, right now he's just trying to get away. I've been watching this for just a little bit here, and they have been holding back on it, letting the driver just work his way through the freeways. But now that they're down on surface streets, that changes the whole dynamic of the pursuit. But wanted for a felony for assault on a peace officer back in Chino, used to reported ramming another police unit there when they were trying to make a traffic stop. And so now it's just a matter of taking it down in the Compton area, and CHP will stick with it until they get in a little deeper here, and then once they figure out it's away from the freeway, they may give it over to the LA County sheriffs, because they are the ones that handle this area as well. So but luckily he's only driving at a slow rate of speed now. It looks like maintaining the lane pretty well and not really showing too much impairment as far as his driving skills.
Right, 10:45 in the evening, not as much traffic as there would be earlier in the evening. We are now watching this suspect driving into the suburbs of Compton. Platt Avenue and Harris Avenue is what we're showing on the Smart Nav, going a mere 14 miles per hour. So that's pretty good. That's staying with what you would hope would be a safe speed. But again, the original warrant for this driver was DUI. So, you know, your judgment as well as your driving ability could be impaired.
And when we say DUI, Tim, people assume that that is alcohol, but it may be other things, right?
That's correct, yeah. Driving under the influence, it could be narcotics, it could be alcohol, it could be just prescription drugs that have, infected
Cannabis.
this person in a way. And also to you have to always think to a medical condition that has had this. Now, a diabetic in a diabetic state will act just like somebody who is intoxicated with alcohol. And you have to be really careful on things like that, and they will drive just like that. But this person here, as you can see, maintaining the lanes really well, they're making the turns smoothly, and there's not any jerkiness to the driving or anything of that sort. But CHP is just going to, wait and see what this driver is going to do. And yes, they'll can do the pit maneuver, they can do a spike strips at these speeds, a lot of things in the toolbox that they can use. But right now, there just seems like they're going to stay behind it, follow it till it comes to an end, or the driver decides just to pull over and stop. But there may be an opportunity here if he starts to make a turn or gets into an area where CHP feels comfortable with a pit. they will do it. But,
well, that's
CHP
through a
is
red light right there. So the driver is not following all the traffic laws.
Yeah, and when he says a pit maneuver, that means a pursuit intervention technique, which is typically done like between 30, 50 miles an hour, where the officers will drive up and basically spin the car from the side to try to stop it from moving forward and intervene in that pursuit and bring it to an end. Sometimes they work, they don't always work. They usually try to do that in an area where there isn't a lot of other stuff around, including cars, certainly people, that could potentially get hit. So is there an open area where they can move in and do that and try to bring this thing to an end, or do they sort of let it go? And I'm curious, Tim, their thought process, is law enforcement less aggressive if the suspect is less aggressive?
It all depends. It all depends on what's going on with the suspect. What we don't know is what intelligence they have on the driver. They may know who this driver is, and the car may be registered in this area, and at this point they're playing the cards that maybe that person will just drive home and pull into their driveway. We've seen that multiple times. So they have a lot more information than we do here in the media, so they're going to work with that information. Now, as far as when a pit maneuver is done, if the officer, as the lead car, has been authorized to do the pit, that officer will make the determination when that pit is done. He'll radio to the two cars behind him, stand by, I'm going to take him at the next intersection, or I'm going to do...
And Tim, let me just interject and say that was sort of an interesting time period. I guess
Here we go.
the car...
Here we go. There it is.
Pit. There's the pit.
At least an attempt. There it is. Just as you called it. And now the driver's moving backwards.
Will it be enough to disable the driver completely?
Is the driver done?
Disable the car. Yeah, hopefully the jam cars will come in and jam the side and the front to keep him from going away. Because what normally happens on this vehicle, if the computer determines that the car is going backward in drive, normally it will shut off the fuel and turn off the engines. It's a safety feature that most cars have now. So right now they're going to have to wait and see what goes on here. Now the driver can restart that car with ease and drive out of this. That's why I was saying they should have a jam car maybe a little bit closer in there so they could disable or block it from going. But hopefully the pet driver now cooperates, gives up, gets out of the car.
Hand out of the window. That suggests that the driver will cooperate with the police, at least at this point. The next step is to see the driver actually come out of the car. Yeah, police officers are behind their doors, waiting to see what happens next.
Because of what this person has already accused of doing, I mean, we didn't see that part ourselves with the chopper. If they've already rammed a police officer with the car, they have to worry about the idea that he could just keep driving and drive right into their car right now, too. It's tough to get a good sense in that car. It looks like it's probably one driver and not a passenger, but hard to tell exactly from this situation.
It looked like there was something, at least something on the passenger side, but perhaps not a person. Meantime, after seeing the one hand come out of the vehicle, we haven't seen anything else that suggests that the driver is thinking, okay, time to get out and surrender.
Yeah.
Did you see all those CHP officers out with their guns drawn?
I mean, there's nothing, Tim, to stop this guy from turning the car on, putting the car in reverse, spinning around, and keeping going, right? I mean, there's nobody...
Unless the car's disabled somehow. I mean, like, mechanically disabled.
But it looks like the CHP has pulled out the ballistic shield, and they're going to go up in their conga line, as we call it, and work their way up. But you're hanging yourself out pretty much. That's what I call it.
Like ole
That's what you call it. That's
like
not
ole.
Yeah.
Police
yes,
speak?
Exactly. You put your
one
hand
after
on
the
the man
other.
in front of you.
Here they go.
You see your hand?
Okay, so the first officer has the shield in front of him, but you have two other officers with their gun drawn right behind, and then other officers farther behind.
Yeah, so this is the dangerous time now, trying to open that door.
You
Clearly,
see?
the suspect is not allowing them to do it.
But he does have his hands up.
So are they going to break the window? This is tense moments here.
Oh.
Boom. Okay, so now they're done.
They're breaking through.
that window. You can imagine the glass is shattering at this potential suspect too. They're not letting this happen. And this suspect has to know they are not playing.